Blessings! Thank you for all who have liked, shared, subscribed, and have asked me to do readings for you. It is my passion as well as my life path to do these readings. And thanks for asking me to do 2016 because I'm doing these before December of 2015. And yeah, you see the light moving, and that was my computer. I have my computer open in front of me, and I've just done the 2016s, and I did them using my tarot. I did an intuitive reading, and now I'm going to go back and give a little bit more of the planetary aspects, because 2016 is going to be a very challenging year. Okay, it's going to be a very challenging year for all of us. Okay, because we have some big heavy-duty planetary that's going on. Okay, we have our retrogrades. You know, our retrogrades are going back over and you know, forcing us to redo, you know, to revisit. And we have the usual Mercury retrogrades in January, May, and December, and electrical mechanical communication breakdown that is, you know, to be aware of in the months of okay, now Mercury in January, it will go retrograde on the 6th and go direct on the 26th. So that's pretty much the whole month of January. And then April 29th, it will go retrograde until May the 23rd. So pretty much the whole month of May and a little bit of April will be retrograde. And then in December, it will go retrograde on the 19th. So, electrical, mechanical, communication breakdowns, beware of January, May, and December. Then you have Mars going retrograde. Mars goes retrograde in April, and that will be in Sagittarius. Okay, and it will go direct in June in Scorpio. So Mars, that fun-loving, okay, well, Mars, you know, is war, aggression in Sagittarius is fun-loving, but then when it's going into Scorpio, that's that deep, dark, secretive, and Mars retrograde is known for assassinations and destruction. Okay, more Mars, you know, the war, anger, aggression. All right, and is it going to come in, you know, in from behind? You know, is when you're talking about assassinations, is it going to be from the front? You know, Sagittarius, I would say so, more straightforward, and Scorpio, I would say more behind the scenes. Okay, so that's April until June. April 18th until June the 30th, that is Mars. And then we have Jupiter going retrograde, and Jupiter is going retrograde January 8th until May the 10th, and that's in Virgo. And Jupiter retrograde lends to obsessive mental illness. And we know how Virgo is the organized, analytical. So please do not drive yourself crazy with that Virgo retrograde. Okay? Genius hinges on insanity only when you're not true to yourself. So if you're getting brilliant flashes of inspiration, write them down and analyze them at another time. Okay? Don't obsess over them at this point. Just write the information down, and afterwards you can see it a little bit clearer. Okay, so January to May, Jupiter is retrograde. Then we have Saturn. Saturn is retrograde from March the 25th, and that is also in Sagittarius, and it's going to go direct on August the 13th, again at 9 degrees of Sagittarius. So I'm just looking here to see how close the degrees are with Mars and Saturn. You know, meaning that they are both going retrograde, and there is going to be a point in there that I'm seeing where they, well, that's 8. No, sorry. Good. Good. There's not as much chaos and destruction as I was thinking. Great thing. Okay. So, where were we? That was that Saturn, that was the teacher. And that is associated with loss, depression, and pain. So Saturn, that teacher in Sagittarius from March until August. Okay, don't be having too much fun. You go out and you have too much fun. Saturn is definitely going to be teaching you a lesson, okay? Wherever it falls in your house, I say everybody should have a treasure map to your soul, and that is your astrological birth chart. So when you know your chart, you know yourself. When you know where the planets are transiting, you know where they're hitting you, in what house they're hitting you. Like Saturn is going to be hitting me in my 9th house. You know, my long distance travel, my higher learning, my spiritual quests. Yeah, I'm going to continue learning the occult arts because learning them makes so much more sense in my life. Okay, Uranus. Uranus is going to be going retrograde September the 1st, 24 degrees of Aries, and it will go direct on December the 29th at 20 degrees of Aries. Now, when Uranus is retrograde, that's more the individual, the nonconformist. It's like, no, I'm going to be me. I don't care how painful it is. I'm going to be me. I'm going to use my inspiration to enlighten others also. Okay, so depending on how tight you hold on to your mindset, all right, if it's like your way or the highway, yeah, you might have a problem with that. You know, you want to blend in there a little bit. You don't want to be just, well, it's in Aries, so sometimes Aries can be a little bit, I can't say bullheaded. Can't say bullheaded because Aries, it's like, oh, oh, start out the block and bam, bam. You know, it's Aries that ram. Bam, bam, bam. How many times do you ram yourself into that brick wall? So, yeah, don't ram yourself into that brick wall too many times. Maybe you can find a way to go around that wall instead of ramming it all the time. All right. So then we have Neptune, and Neptune is retrograde June, and that will be June the 14th until November the 20th. And during the Neptune retrograde, the truth is revealed. So I'm feeling at the end of the year that it's going to be much better. That even though there is going to be mass upheaval, okay, migrations of people, the earth changes increasing, all right, I do see that out of tragedy people come together in love. And I do see at the end of the year it's going to be a whole lot better. There's going to be a lot of things that are going to be revealed. Now, Pluto is retrograde from April until September, April 18th until September the 28th, and that is in Capricorn. And that's, dealing with our inner fears. Is everything going to turn out? Now, Pluto and Capricorn, Pluto is that death, that transformation. And Capricorn is government. A lot of us are concerned about our government. Oh, now what was I just saying about September? Yeah, retrograde, going back over it, and it's going to be right before our elections. in the United States. So there's going to be a lot of things that are going to be revealed. A lot of things that are going to be revealed. So the important thing is to keep your faith this year coming. Even though there's going to be challenges, there's going to be challenges with everyone. Okay? Some, you know, this is gonna, 2016 is going to weed the men from the boys. All right? It's going to separate the women from the girls, the doers from the not doers, okay, the liars from the truthful people, all right. There's going to be a separation and divide, and many things are going to be exposed. So keep your high moral grounds, okay. You know, why play their game when you remember that threefold law? One finger pointed out, three folded back in judgment. Okay? What's your reward? Okay? Are you getting those blessings because you have been, you know, let me help you. Let me help you. Or are you in judgment of? If you've been in judgment of, this year's going to be the bitch slap year. Okay? So, I thank you all. If any of you would like a personal reading, I would most love to do it. What I do is look at your birth chart and I go over it. And then I go over the transits where they are right now. And I record it and upload it to YouTube. So only you can go back and look at it. And every time you will look at it, you will hear more and more. I like to record. I like to put it, and then you can go back and listen. Because when I counsel, you can't remember everything I say. So I like to record so you can go back and listen to it 3 months later, you know, 6 months later, a year, you know, we will always hear more. And you will hear what you're supposed to. Remember, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So, bless you 2016. And they're coming. Woohoo! Aquarius! How are you? This is your divinatory reading for 2016. I'm going to be doing an overview using my tarot cards. So, I'm going to surround us with the divine white light. What comes through me is not of me, and we just have a good time. So, oh, Aquarius, the I know. What do you know? We got some big heavy-duty planetary energy coming up in 2016, and there's going to be some retrogrades, and that means going back and redoing. Alright, we have Jupiter that's going retrograde in January, and Jupiter retrograde is obsession and mental illness. So, where's Virgo in your chart? Alrighty, so let's see, what do we have coming up in January? What I'm going to do is throw 3 cards for each month, and January is starting out with the 8 of Wands, and we have the 2 of Wands, and we have the 4 of Pentacles. So, January. What's up? What's working? What's not working? What's the holdup with work? It seems like there's some good cash flow that's available for you, but are you working towards it? Or are you just sitting there waiting for it to come in? Okay? So, most of the time, we have to work for it, and whether it be money, whether it be energy, okay, are you resting up for, you know, something that's coming up? Are you saving your energy? Are you saving your money? Okay, be fruitful. You know, be fruitful. What are you doing with your money in January? Okay, what is the holdup with work? You know, are you seeing work as it's good, it's available? Okay, are you working in the profession that you really want to work? Or is there something else that you would rather do? Okay, Aquarius. So, in February, you have Wheel of Fortune. What goes around comes around. Nine of Wands, great strength. And also Aces of Cups, new beginnings with emotions. Okay, for those who are single, new partnerships. For those who are in relationships, better partnerships, more love. What goes around comes around. You're starting to value your emotional happiness much more. Okay, those painful relationships of the past, it's okay, let it go. Let it go. You're with Mr. Wrong, you're with Miss Right, let it go, because there's new ones that are coming in that are better for your emotional happiness. All right? If you're staying with the ones who you have those challenges, you know, how many squares are going on, how many challenges, you know, you're choosing to stay in that karmic relationship. And when you're strong enough, when the pain gets too great, then we become willing to change it. So for those of you who are in good, stable relationships, they're working. What's working about it? Okay? Are you listening and communicating? Are you saying what you mean, meaning what you say, and you're not saying it mean? That is a #1 importance for a good relationship. Okay, what are you saying? How are you saying it? All right, so March, 4 of Cups, the blended pleasure, Queen of Pentacles, and love. Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. So, cleaning out your skeleton closet this year and making room for good emotional happiness. Okay, good energy coming in. Identify, is it good? Is it karmic? How much pain do I want? Okay, because good stuff is coming in. Good stuff is coming in. You stay with the wrong one, and it's going to continue to become more and more painful. All right, so I would prefer a good relationship because I've had enough of karmic relationships. All right, so me, I would rather be happy single than unhappy in a relationship. Okay, because, you know, relationships can be painful. And it's like, you know, why? You know, why with these relationships? And I still swear that learning your birth chart will teach you. You know, my Venus is square my Jupiter and my Neptune. No, I don't always see them as they should be, or as they are. Maybe I do see them as they should be, you know, for their potential, and it's not what they are. You know, I'm a Pisces. I believe the good in everybody. I believe in the potential of everybody. But just because I believe doesn't mean that their willpower makes them want to be who they could be, their potential. And therefore, yeah, I was always trying to change them instead of accept it. That is how they are. Do you want them as they are? You know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Wheel of Fortune, what goes around comes around. You know, you want some good juju? Or do you want to stay stuck in that, you know, muck? The Fool. the happy-go-lucky attitude, the new beginnings, the Tower, the change and transformation. You have a lot of really good stuff that's coming for you. Okay, a lot of good stuff that's going to be coming in and changing and transforming. And it's looking at that change and transformation through the eyes of a child, through the eyes of wonder. Wow! Wow! Only in my wildest imaginations did I believe it could be as good as this. Okay? Thoughts create form. What are you thinking? Do you think that you need to learn more painful lessons? Or will you cut your losses, you know, what you see as losses, and go for the gain? You know, go for the gusto. Go for the good stuff. You know? We have to take responsibility for our own actions, our thoughts, our words. Okay? Are you thinking good thoughts? Are you doing good deeds? Or are you stuck in the muck? May, aces, wands, work, new beginnings. All right? There's new beginnings that are coming. The lovers. All right? Aces of swords. So what I'm seeing for 2016 for Aquarius is a lot of new beginnings to make good emotional connections. All right? You know, there's lots of new good stuff coming. You know, loving you. Love you so others can love you. If you love you so much that you're staying in a hurtful, painful relationship, how much are you really loving you? Because love doesn't hurt. Okay? And if you love you, you're not going to stay in a relationship that hurts, because love doesn't hurt. So if you're going to stay in a relationship where it's painful, well, choice. You have choice. Don't blame the other one for your choice. Okay? Six of Swords, the earned success. This is coming up in June. Princess of Pentacles and the Prince of Wands. There's lots of really good stuff coming for you, Aquarius, and I'm really happy to see it. I'm really happy to see that you have a very great potential of a good 2016. Dealing with your inner demons is going to be a big part of the challenge. Okay? So good things are coming. Communications has to be open. And yes, Aquarius, I know you know. I know you think you know. But maybe that's what the problem is. Maybe it's not that you know. Okay? Maybe it's that you need to investigate exactly what do you know. Okay? What do you know? What do you need to change? Now, coming up in July, Ace of Cups. Five of Cups, loss and pleasure. And the Queen of Cups. So July, you know, where is that emotional roller coaster taking you in July? Are you focusing? Are you still focusing on that loss? Or are you looking at the new beginnings with emotional happiness? Because right in the middle of it, okay, you know, do you want love or you don't want love? You know what to do about it. You know, choice is yours. Are you going to do something about it? Now, it seems to be your theme for 2016. What about love? What's love got to do with it? Yeah, you might love a person, and that person could be a karmic lesson from a past life where you treated him or her in the same form or fashion that they're treating you in this lifetime. Flip-flop of lessons. Okay? What lesson do you need to learn? Coming up in August, you have the Prince of Cups, Ace of Swords, and also the Death card. So, as I'm saying, and I have been saying since the beginning, all right, there's a lot to do with your emotional mental health. And being in a relationship where neither or either or any of your mental emotional health, you know, your happiness mentally, emotionally, if you are not happy, you gotta put an end to what's not working, okay? Because it's forcing you. This year, it is forcing you to change. How quickly, how slowly, how painful, how not painful is up to you. It's your choice, okay? What do you know, Aquarius? What do you know? Because you are going to be questioned as to what you know about love. You know, what you know about relationships. You know, is that relationship the wind beneath your wings? Because if we're not happy, it's hard to conduct the rest of our life. It's hard to be present in the rest of our lives. Okay, Justice. This is coming up in September. The Moon. And also Eight of Pentacles, the Prudence. I'm going to repeat this over and over and over. If you are in a bad relationship, you need to consider ending it, okay? Whether it is a divorce, whether it is legal means, emotionally, okay? What's not working? Because if you don't take care of it before September, September is going to be a deciding factor in what's going on next. Okay, what's going on next? For those of you who are in relationships and you have children, you really need to learn how you can speak nice to each other in front of those children, because children learn what they live. So if you want children to grow up arguing and fighting and not learning how to communicate in a neutral form and fashion, then how are they ever going to solve problems in their lives? All right. So it's very important, if you're in one of those relationships and it's just not working, well, why are you in that relationship? And if you're in it for the children, then you better learn to communicate nicer with your spouse, with your partner, because, yeah, you know, that's like emotional abuse, mental emotional abuse on the children when they are raised in a negative, argumentative environment. Teach them love, teach them peace, teach them comfort, teach them their worth, their own self-value. And that comes by living by example. So, coming up in October, Tower, change, transformation. Chariot, taking things into your own hands, the Hierophant. So, as I said, September is going to be a big, major changing point. Okay, either you are going to get it together before then, or September is going to be a big change, transformation, and it's going to be continuing into October. All right, taking things into your own hands. Yes, there's going to be a change. What can you do about it? What is your part in it? The Hierophant. All right, taking a sabbatical if it's needed. And after the roller coaster, emotional roller coaster for some of you, you're going to need a sabbatical to gather up all of the pieces, and hopefully, you know, I mean, Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. You know, they couldn't find all the pieces to put it back again. How did they fix Humpty Dumpty? All right. Are you going to be one of those with the scars that are showing? Or are you going to be one of those who have patched over the scars, the rips, the tears with beautiful new fabric and created a beautiful tapestry? Choice is ours. How do you choose to see it? So, November, perfected success. Getting some good emotional happiness, some new beginnings, new birth, new creations, that Empress, the Prince of Swords. So where you're going through the change and transformation in September and October, November is bringing a whole new outlook for you. A whole new emotional foundation in which to stand upon. We have to be transformed as the butterfly coming out of the cocoon. We're going through some painful growth, but look at the beauty when you finally get out of. Okay? When the pain gets too great, then we're willing to change. But a lot of times we just want to stay snug in our cocoon. Oh, I'm so warm in my bed. I don't want to get out because it's cold out there. It's a harsh environment. I want to stay in here. But staying in here, I don't get anything done. You won't get anything done staying in that cocoon. It's only when you come out of it and you spread your wings. When you spread your wings and you get rid of all that icky, wet goo that's on you. And you start flapping your wings. And the sun is drying them and giving you strength in order to soar. That is what you're going through. That is what's going to be in 2016. Get out of that cocoon, Aquarius. All right, get out of it before it gets too painful. Prince of Cups. This is December. Four of Wands, perfected work. And the Eight of Wands. So what's starting out, okay, what's starting out is going to end up very good. Okay, you're going to be transformed this year. And things are going to be better than they ever were. You're going to have to work for it. You know, faith the size of a mustard seed can move a mountain, but you have to bring that shovel. So we're not saying that it's not going to be work and it's not going to be hard work. But with hard work, there are rewards. There are rewards that you won't get if you just sit back and wait. Wait for what? Wait for that cocoon to get so tight that you end up shriveling and dying and not displaying your glory? It's up to you. You have free will. What are you going to do with your free will in 2016? Are you going to stay in your cocoon where it's warm and safe and you don't have to address the harsh conditions? Or are you going to finally say, I've had enough pain, I'm ready to fly? So, Aquarius, I will see you, love you, bye.